India's top story. After dumping BJP, Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar dreams of ousting Prime Minister Modi in 2024 elections. Now, Nitish Kumar took oath as Chief Minister of Bihar for the record 8th time, forming a new government with Tejasvi Yadav's RJD and other parties as part of the new Grand Alliance. Tejasvi Yadav took oath as Deputy Chief Minister. Nitish Kumar took a jibe at BJP, questioning whether those who came to power in 2014 will win in 2024 or not. The next general elections are due in 2024. BJP, meanwhile, has slammed Nitish Kumar for betraying the people of Bihar. BJP's Sushil Modi said that Nitish Kumar can even betray the RJD tomorrow. The BJP leader also launched a scathing attack on Tejasvi Yadav, saying that the new Deputy Chief Minister is under CBI scanner and is still on trial.
नहीं, हम किसी चीज के उम्मीदवार का हम कोई दावेदारी नहीं, लेकिन इतना तो जरूर कर दीजिए ना कि 14 में जो आए 24 तक के आगे रह पाएंगे कि नहीं रह पाएंगे वो अपना समय।
मेरा तो लड़ाई ही है बेरोजगारी हटाने का, और ये मौका नीतीश कुमार जी ने जो निर्णय लिया उसके बाद हम लोगों को मौका मिला है काम करने का। मुख्यमंत्री जी पॉजिटिव है, चर्चा हुई है इसकी आज भी, और मुख्यमंत्री जी जो हैं जरूर हम लोग मिलकर के बिहार की जो बेरोजगारी है उसको कम करेंगे और 1 महीने बाद रिजल्ट आएगा और शायद ही कोई ऐसा राज्य होगा जो इतनी नौकरियां लोगों को दे।
तो जिस बीजेपी ने आपको 5 बार बिहार का मुख्यमंत्री बनाया, आपके पार्टी के विरोध के बावजूद आपके नाम का ऐलान किया और आपको मुख्यमंत्री बनाया, उस पार्टी को आपने धोखा दे दिया। और देखिए मित्रों, ये जो विश्वासघात है, ये केवल बिहार की जनता के साथ विश्वासघात नहीं है। 2020 के अंदर वोट मिला नरेंद्र मोदी के नाम पर, आपके नाम पर वोट नहीं मिला।
All right, Aishwarya joins us for more on this. Aishwarya, interesting day there in not just Bihar politics but national politics as well. I'll tell you why. This is the 8th time, it's a record, that Nitish Kumar took oath as Chief Minister, but he's also made his national ambitions very, very clear, directly posing a challenge to Prime Minister Modi. What is the latest that you can share with us?
Well, after many twists and turns in the Bihar politics, Nitish Kumar took oath as the Chief Minister of Bihar for the 8th time. Tejasvi Yadav, on the other hand, took oath as the Deputy Chief Minister today at Raj Bhavan. Remember, yesterday, after leaving the NDA, Nitish Kumar joined hands with the Mahagathbandhan and got the support of more than 164 MLAs with almost 7 political parties supporting to this Mahagathbandhan government. Remember, it is just not RJD and Congress but also the left parties and VIP and HAM supporting Nitish Kumar. Certainly, after Nitish Kumar taking the oath, Tejasvi Yadav clearly stated that Nitish Kumar and his government will work for the betterment of the state. The major responsibility of this government would be to provide employment for the youth. But on the other side, there have been different allegations which have been leveled on Nitish Kumar over his resignation and quitting the NDA as well. Certainly, Upendra Singh Kushwaha, who is the top aide of Nitish Kumar, made several comments yesterday and today as well, where he said that Nitish Kumar has the personality of being the Prime Minister of this country and he can lead the country. Now, it depends on Nitish Kumar whether that he will quit the Bihar politics and his aspiration for the national politics, which has been certainly said by many aides of Nitish Kumar and also leaders of the JDU that he can be the face of the opposition parties and the UPA in the upcoming years for the Prime Minister candidate is something which is to be decided by the like-minded parties which are in the UPA as well.
Interesting point, said Aishwarya. Another thing, and which was the trigger of Nitish Kumar pulling the plug on the alliance, was very serious allegations of poaching. There were serious allegations that the BJP is trying to buy JDU MLAs, and there were, speculations that that actually was the trigger that made Nitish Kumar very angry. And there were reports that JDU, in all likelihood, was going to make some telephonic conversations public. What is the latest that you can share with us on that aspect?
There have been allegations leveled by the BJP that Nitish Kumar is an opportunist, and Nitish Kumar wanted to be the Prime Minister, and when he saw that there is no post for him as the Prime Minister in the NDA, then he switched sides to the RJD, and he joined hands with the Mahagathbandhan. Certainly, BJP believes that there was earlier speculations that Nitish Kumar can be the face of Vice President, and also earlier he can be sent out as one of the governors of these states, but that does not happen, and therefore the reason perhaps RCP Singh's resignation was the tipping point in the story, and there was a break JDU plot as well, where RCP Singh and Ashok Chaudhary, sources have been saying that these two people have been given responsibility to break JDU, and when Nitish Kumar got to know, then he decided to leave NDA, and these are certain points that Nitish Kumar has done. Perhaps he has said that he will come out in detail and narrate that what were those points that he left BJP. But BJP on the other side is clearly alleging Nitish Kumar that he had bigger aspirations, and therefore he joined hands with the RJD, who he attacked and who he fought the elections, and now going back is betrayal to just not the people of Bihar, but also betrayal to the BJP. Now BJP is protesting today as well. A Mahadharna was organized by BJP outside the state BJP headquarters, and their top BJP leaders, including Ravi Shankar Prasad, Shahnawaz Hussain, and Nityanand Rai, and many others set on a dharna. There is a 3-day-long dharna which is organized by the BJP, just not in Patna but also in districts and at the state headquarters as well.
All right, Times Network's Madhav spoke exclusively to Prashant Kishor on this development, who said that Nitish Kumar's image has taken a beating and people have taken cognizance of his contradictions. Take a look.
No, they have worked in the past also. See, you have to see this in a larger context of the political instability which the state has been witnessing since 2012-13. I don't see it as one-off thing that has happened yesterday or is happening now. Since the arrival of, so to say, Narendra Modi ji as the most significant political face at India level, the after effect has been there in Bihar as well. Yes, for sure. I've been hearing some media channels and people, commentators talk about, him being Teflon coated, or his imagery, or the impact on the electorate. That's not true, as you rightly said. If you see the electoral journey of Nitish Kumar and his party since 2010, his party is now reduced to 1/3 of what it used to be in terms of number of MLAs. So that itself is a reflection of the fact that maybe people have taken cognizance of some of these apparent contradictions in his own stances and his own perceptions or utterances. But having said so, for the people at large, what you have said, which formation you are in to form and run government matters, but is not the most important factor. What the most important factor is the agenda on which you are running the government and whether you are able to successfully execute it or not.
All right, let's talk about another story that impacts you. The airfare limit that was imposed in May 2020 amid the pandemic is now being removed effective 31st August. These upper and lower limit caps were imposed in May 2020 when air travel resumed after lockdown. The upper limit was put in place to ensure that there was no big spike in airfares and to protect flyers from being charged exorbitant rates. Now, the lower limit was to ensure that there was no undercutting by airlines as the sector was facing tremendous losses due to COVID and lockdown. Now, without the bans, airfares will be entirely market-driven. The big question that everybody is asking is that whether tickets will get more expensive or how will they determine, the airlines, how these airfares will impact our lives directly. For more on this, I'm joined by Samir on the broadcast. Samir, everyone wants to know whether tickets will get expensive or cheaper because now they will be driven by market.
So
all right, my apologies for that. We are facing some technical issues. We'll try and reestablish that link with Samir, but the big update is that airfare limit that was imposed in May 2020 has been removed. All right, Samir is back with us. Samir, apologies for that. Please go ahead. Will our air tickets get more expensive?
Definitely now the airlines, they have got a free hand to decide the airfares. The airfare ban has been removed. That will come into effect from 31st of August. So seeking the market condition where the turbine fuel prices, which determine the operational cost of any airline, and it contributes to more than 50%. So currently the turbine fuel prices are almost at a record high level. So if you talk about the immediate impact, that yes, it might result into a slightly higher airfares. But yes,
all right, the way aviation sector is facing turbulence, I think our lines are also facing turbulence. Apologies for that, but I think what the point that Samir was trying to make is that now the airlines will have the upper hand to decide the airfares, and we'll have to wait and watch how that development pans out. All right, shifting focus to story number 3. The Supreme Court today granted bail to activist and poet Varavara Rao, who's an accused in the Bhima Koregaon violence case on medical grounds. While granting bail to the 82-year-old activist, Supreme Court said that there should be no misuse of liberty in any manner. And the Supreme Court also questioned NIA's investigation. This is the latest that we are getting for you. Remember, the case relates to alleged inflammatory speeches made at the Elgar Parishad conclave held in Pune on December 31st, 2017, which the police claimed triggered violence the next day near the Koregaon Bhima War Memorial in Maharashtra. Right, an important observation by the Supreme Court that the charges are yet to be framed and charge sheet yet to be filed. The NIA strongly opposed the bail, saying that age or medical condition cannot be a factor to let an UAP accused out on bail. All right, we'll get you more on that. But moving on, senior most judge of the Supreme Court, Justice UU Lalit, has been appointed as the 49th Chief Justice of India. And in another development, Nupur Sharma has gotten relief from the Supreme Court. Now, this is the latest that we are getting for you. President Draupadi Murmu signed UU Lalit's warrant of appointment. Justice Lalit will assume charge on 27th of August after incumbent N.V. Ramana vacates office on August 26th. Justice Lalit will have a brief tenure of less than 3 months. He will turn 65 on November 8th when he demits office. All right, Supreme Court has ordered clubbing of all FIRs lodged across the country against Nupur Sharma at Delhi to be probed by Delhi police. And this is the latest coming as a relief for Nupur Sharma, who was facing multiple cases across the country. Now the Supreme Court has clubbed all FIRs, has ordered all FIRs be clubbed into one, and the Delhi police will take care of the case. All right, we have Harish on the broadcast. Harish, thank you for joining us. Big relief coming in from the Supreme Court for Nupur Sharma. What can you tell us about the kind of observations that were made in the court today?
Yes, that's right. Big relief for Nupur Sharma, as today the Supreme Court has agreed to her plea to club all the 9 FIRs against her in various states of the country, clubbed and transferred to Delhi. And at the same time, the Supreme Court has said that she cannot be arrested till the investigation in all these FIRs are over. So these were the 2 main prayers of Nupur Sharma, who has been accused of making very certain comments against Prophet Muhammad. And today the Supreme Court has in fact given her a huge relief. Remember, this was the same bench which had on July 1st forced Nupur Sharma to withdraw her petition, saying that she was single-handedly responsible for what is happening in the country, including the Udaipur beheading. And the Supreme Court had also said that just because one is a spokesperson does not mean that she has a license to say anything she wished to do so. Today, the Supreme Court has agreed to club all the FIRs. Nupur Sharma's senior advocate, Maninder Singh, argued that she faced a threat to her life, so she is not in a position to go to all these 9 high courts in the country and get the FIR quashed. So the Supreme Court bench headed by Justice Suryakant found merit in this argument and said that her life and liberty need to be protected, and therefore agreed to 2 of her prayers. That is, number 1, all the FIRs against her will be clubbed and the investigation will be transferred to Delhi. Number 2, she will not be, no coercive action will be taken against her till the investigation in all these 9 FIRs are over. And so, in a way, huge relief coming in for the expelled BJP spokesperson, Nupur Sharma. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Harish, for this. All right, moving on to story number 5. The word freebies continues to spark a debate as far as Prime Minister Modi and Aam Aadmi Party convener Arvind Kejriwal are concerned. Now, the Revdi versus right debate has reignited, and now what has happened is that Aam Aadmi Party in a tweet has said, and I quote, PM Modi says Muft ki Revdi is fatal for the country, but Chief Minister Yogi gives a free bus yatra, free cylinders, free scooty and free ration, unquote. Meanwhile, with Raksha Bandhan just around the corner, UP CM Yogi, Haryana Chief Minister Manohar Lal Khattar have announced free bus rides for women for 48 hours in the state starting from today. Meanwhile, on the other hand, after Aam Aadmi Party National Convener Arvind Kejriwal made big promises to the people in BJP's turf, Gujarat, amid the Revdi war, Prime Minister Modi slammed the opposition once again. Now, while taking on the opposition over their selfish act, quote-unquote selfish act, Prime Minister Modi said that anyone can come and announce to give free petrol and diesel because of their self-centered politics, but such steps will not let the country become self-reliant and would in turn increase the burden of taxpayers. Let me tell you, Delhi Chief Minister earlier in the day had said that if AAP comes to power in Gujarat, the party will make power free in the state and would waive off previous electricity bills.
इस देश के अंदर आज़ादी के 75 साल के बाद ये कहा जाएगा कि फ्री शिक्षा देना रेवड़ी है, तो हमारे गरीबों के बच्चे शिक्षा के लिए कहाँ जाएंगे? इसको फ्री रेवड़ी कहना गलत है। इसको जनता के कल्याण की बात कहा जाएगा। किसी भी जिम्मेदार सरकार की जिम्मेदारी है कि अपने लोगों को अच्छी शिक्षा दे, अच्छा स्वास्थ्य सुविधाएं दे। हाँ, अपने दोस्तों को 10 लाख करोड़ रुपए का लोन माफ करना ये क्रिमिनल है, ये फ्री रेवड़ी है, ये अपराध है, वो बंद होना चाहिए।
राजनीति में ही स्वार्थ होगा तो कोई भी आकर पेट्रोल डीजल भी मुफ्त देने की घोषणा कर सकता है। ऐसे कदम हमारे बच्चों से उनका हक छीनेंगे, देश को आत्मनिर्भर बनने से रोकेंगे। ऐसी स्वार्थ भरी नीतियों से देश के ईमानदार टैक्स पेयर का बोझ भी बढ़ता ही जाएगा। अपने राजनीतिक स्वार्थ के लिए ऐसी घोषणाएं करने वाले कभी नई टेक्नोलॉजी पर निवेश नहीं करेंगे।
All right, for more on this, I'm joined by Niyamika on the broadcast. Niyamika, the Revdi politics has once again triggered a face-off between Prime Minister Modi and Arvind Kejriwal. And what we saw in Gujarat today, which also essentially shows how Aam Aadmi Party is trying to make inroads into the state ahead of the elections. And despite criticism, Arvind Kejriwal did manage to announce certain measures, clearly saying that this is not Revdi, but you're right.
Absolutely, the Aam Aadmi Party convener Arvind Kejriwal is quite firm on his stand, as he has been continuously saying that whatever schemes, whatever promises are being made by the Aam Aadmi Party in various states, that are just for the welfare of the common man, and that is the reason why they announces such schemes in different states, and that is the reason why today also the Aam Aadmi Party convener Arvind Kejriwal has promised in Gujarat that if the Aam Aadmi Party will come to power in Gujarat in the upcoming assembly elections, then they will give free electricity to every household, and he has also claimed that after the 3 months of completion, if Aam Aadmi Party will form the government, then they will waive off the previous electricity bills of the common man. And this the war of words had erupted between the BJP and Aam Aadmi Party after the Prime Minister Narendra Modi has given a statement saying that the Revdi culture is being brought in by the certain political parties by basically attacking the Aam Aadmi Party for making such promises in Delhi as well as in Punjab. So that is what the Prime Minister had said, and after that the Aam Aadmi Party has started this war of words with the BJP. And today also we have seen that after the Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath made an announcement that the UP government will give free travel to all the people of aging 60 or 60 plus. Then many statements are also coming from the Aam Aadmi Party leaders, like the Rajya Sabha MP Sanjay Singh had taken a dig over the Prime Minister Narendra Modi by saying that after the revolt in Patna, now it seems like there will be another revolt in UP as well, as the Yogi Adityanath is going against the will of Prime Minister Narendra Modi by making such statement, by making such promises. So the war of words had erupted between the BJP and Aam Aadmi Party after the statement was being given by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on the Revdi culture.
All right. Thank you, Niyamika, for those updates. Now, a fresh flashpoint has emerged between Delhi LG and Aam Aadmi Party government after Delhi LG sought CBI probe into the excise policy alleging corruption. Now, the AAP government has made a big claim about the civic body and has alleged 6,000 crore rupees scam. Delhi's Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia has written to LG V.K. Saxena alleging a toll tax scam of 6,000 crore rupees in the civic body and has demanded a CBI probe.
कैसे आप ये आरोप लगा रहे हैं कि 6,000 करोड़ रुपए का नुकसान या घोटाला दिल्ली निगम में हुआ?
दिल्ली के अंदर जो भी कमर्शियल व्हीकल आती हैं, जो टैक्सी आती है, जो ऑटो आते हैं, जो बड़े बड़े ट्रक आते हैं, छोटे ट्रक आते हैं, वो लगभग 124 पॉइंट से दिल्ली के अंदर आते हैं। और इन सब का जो टोल का कलेक्शन होता है वो एमसीडी करती है। एमसीडी ने 2017 में एक कंपनी को, MS डेवलपर नाम की एक कंपनी को, इन्होंने ये टेंडर दे दिया। टेंडर में ये था कि भाई 1200 करोड़ रुपए आपको पर साल देने हैं। 17 से 18 के बीच में उन्होंने 1200 करोड़ रुपए एमसीडी को दिए। 18, 19, 20, 21 कभी 10% दिया, कभी 20% दिया, कभी 15% दिया, कभी 30% दिया। पूरा पैसा नहीं दिया। सबसे गौर करने वाली बात यह है कि अगर उन्होंने एक साल पैसा नहीं दिया, आप टेंडर कैंसिल कर देते, कंपनी को ब्लैकलिस्ट कर देते और एक नया फिर से टेंडर जारी करते और उस पर पैसे आप लेते। लेकिन वो करने के बजाय एमसीडी ने 2021-22 में नया, जब उनका कार्यकाल खत्म हो गया तो एक नया टेंडर जारी किया। नया टेंडर जारी करने में 1200 करोड़ की जो प्राइस थी उसको कर दिया 750 करोड़। तो पहले जो 2017 में जो टेंडर 1200 में बिका था उसको 750 कर दिया, जबकि गाड़ियां भी बढ़ी होंगी निश्चित रूप से, टैक्स भी बढ़े हैं निश्चित रूप से, तो इसका प्राइस भी बढ़ना चाहिए था। 1200 को 750 करोड़ कर दिया। उसमें कोरोना की भी छूट मिल गई उस कंपनी को 8300 करोड़ की। और सबसे इंटरेस्टिंग चीज है कि 17 में जिस कंपनी को दिया था उसी कंपनी ने अपना नाम बदल के 22 में फिर से टेंडर ले लिया। तो ये तो मजाक हो गया।
दुर्गेश जी, ऐसा तो नहीं है कि ईस्टर्न पेरिफेयर बनने की वजह से दिल्ली में जो कमर्शियल वाहन आते थे, पहले यहाँ से होते हुए गुजरते थे, उनकी संख्या कम हुई हो?
अभी भी 124 पॉइंट है। अभी भी 124 पॉइंट पे एंट्री है। 2017 से लेके 2022 के बीच में अगर आप गाड़ियों को देखेंगे तो गाड़ियां बढ़ी हैं।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi hit out at Congress today over their recent protests in black clothes against price rise and other issues. PM Modi said, and I quote, "Those who believe in black magic will never be able to earn the trust of people." PM also said that the country saw that on August 5, there was an attempt to propagate black magic with black clothes on, hoping that despair period would end. But it won't, as the time has ended. Meanwhile, Congress has reacted to it and said that PM couldn't do anything about black money and is unnecessarily creating an issue over black clothes. Remember, Congress leaders, including Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka, had black dress protests on August 5 against inflation, unemployment and GST hike. The BJP had earlier alleged that the Congress intentionally carried out protests on the anniversary of the groundbreaking ceremony of Ram Temple in Ayodhya.
अभी हमने 5 अगस्त को देखा है कि कैसे काले जादू को फैलाने का भरपूर प्रयास किया गया। ये लोग सोचते हैं कि काले कपड़े पहनकर उनकी निराशा, हताशा का काल समाप्त हो जाएगा, लेकिन उन्हें पता नहीं है कि वो कितनी ही झाड़ फूंक कर ले, कितना ही काला जादू कर ले, अंधविश्वास कर ले, जनता का विश्वास अब उन पर दोबारा कभी नहीं बन पाएगा। और मैं ये भी कहूंगा कि इस काले जादू के फेर में आजादी के अमृत महोत्सव का अपमान न करें।